Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Well, it is a hot and sunny day here on Pawleys Island, and I'm joined by a special guest and artist, Mr. Thomas Williams. How are you?
Fine, doing good, except for the heat.
Except for the heat. Now, I want you to tell me a little bit about what you do. You hand carve these gorgeous walking sticks and canes.
Yes, actually, I let the wood speak to me.
Ooh.
Whatever is in the wood, that's what I carve.
Love
So
it.
that's how come all of my sticks, if you come here, then you'll find out I have no two sticks alike. All is different. Except if it's a cobra, it's gonna be a cobra, but the bottom of the stick like this is gonna be different. And then I don't use any machine. All is hand carved.
It's so cool.
So when you get a stick from Thomas, TW, Cane Man, it's gonna be original and hand carved, not machine. And when I say machine, not laser machine.
Now, you've been doing this for quite some time now.
I've been in Pawley for about 29 or 30 years, and they're welcome. Now I'm welcome as a son of Pawleys Island. Even when I had my burn, they put a GoFund on, and I've been out must be about for 6 months, and they helped me through. So I want to tell everybody in Pawleys Island I appreciate their help.
Now, we were talking about this earlier, but how did you learn that you could actually do this? I mean, you see these images in your mind when you see the wood.
Well, remember, my brother them, I worked with the Forest Service for over 30 years. So when I see them push a dogwood tree over, I saw the root. And that's how I started. Now my father, my brother, they didn't do the dogwood tree. I did it. So I find out it's a natural handle. But then remember, every handle is different from each stick. These can't be duplicated because they're all one of a kind.
And what kind of different animals can you do?
Well, I ask people to send me a picture, and I'll put it easy. I can do the lion, I can do the tiger, I can do the elephant, I can do the cobra, which I'm holding, I can do the rattlesnake, I can do the red bird, blue bird, I can do ducks, I can do alligators on a walking stick, I can do a bunny rabbit on a walking stick. All you have to do is tell me what you want, or you shoot a picture to that number, which is area code 843-814-8598. And I will give you the best deal in the world.
Now, I'm sure you have a lot of memories over the years.
Yes.
Of new customers you're meeting, friends you've made. What has it been like, being a staple in the community here?
Well, I can't remember some of the people's name, but I remember the coach of South Carolina. I did a table with a gamecock on it. Community helped me in more ways than one. That's why I thank God for them. And just about everybody I met so far, I never, one or two times I run into, some discreet people, some angry people. But otherwise than that, when I go in the woods, for the dogwood, I have to have a shovel, I have to have an axe, I have to have a saw. Most of all, be a good runner, because sometimes when you're digging these trees up, these hornet and bumblebee,
Ooh, I can imagine.
they don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You better run. Rattlesnake, copperhead, these are snakes that are poison.
It's a labor of love.
Yes.
Labor of love.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
This story is sponsored by Germ Bust My Bins.
Hey everyone, it's Jill Dudley, Miss South Carolina 2022, here with Germ Bust My Bins, a unique local service that sends custom-built trucks to your curb on trash day to sanitize, deodorize, and disinfect your trash and recycle bins. Germ Bust My Bins is a reoccurring service much like your trash company, except that they come every 4 or 12 weeks on trash day. Their custom-built trucks use no harmful chemicals or detergents and retain the rinse water where it is properly disposed of and processed by the local water treatment plant through the network of sanitary sewer lines, similar to the water coming from household dishwashers. Speaking of dishwasher, envision these trucks as mobile dishwashers that steam clean your trash bin and return them to your curb, sanitary and smelling fresh. Germ Bust My Bins is an eco-friendly service that prevents water and chemicals from being dumped into curbside storm drains that lead directly to retention ponds and natural waterways, such as the intercoastal and the ocean. As a growing coastal community, it is important that we protect our natural resources. The service is inexpensive and enrollment is easy. You can enroll online at germbustmybins.com or by calling 843-733-3323. Germ Bust My Bins services over 4,000 households in the area on a monthly and quarterly basis. What an important service our growing community needs. With area households being in such close proximity to each other, that can be a real problem during our hot summer months, with the foul odors which can attract flying pests, insects, rodents, and wildlife. Think about that for a moment. Why do empty trash bins stink so badly? It's because remnants from our trash leak and are left behind, leading to odor-causing bacteria. Germ Bust My Bins is the perfect solution. So get busted today.
This story is sponsored by Germ Bust My Bins.
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today, I mean, come on, what a treat. I am at the
Isn't
Art
it?
Museum of Myrtle Beach. How are you doing, Patricia?
Oh, I couldn't be better. Thank you for being here.
So you are the executive director here.
I am, yes.
You know quite a bit about art.
I know quite a bit about this museum.
Okay.
I don't say that I know everything about art, but I certainly know about this museum and what we feature. And I'm delighted to feature the Rhodes Collection of African American art, the Rhodes Collection of African American art, in this exhibition entitled Lifting Black Voices.
I mean, we just took a little walk around and it's breathtaking.
It is
to say the least.
breathtaking.
I mean, you have Philip Simmons, Jonathan Green, just
Right.
really, really awesome.
We have 80 works by 30 different artists, all collected by Dr. and Mrs. Rhodes, who have a dental practice in Walterboro and live in Charleston, South Carolina. They have been collecting since 1991, and this is just a small portion of their collection. And weren't we lucky to get these 80 pieces?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and I mean, we have names like Jonathan Green and Philip Simmons, Tyrone Jeter, Ariane King-Comer and Leo Twiggs, who do batiks. We have sculpture and woodwork and ironwork and oils and pastels. I mean, collages, James Denmark collages. So it just tells such a wonderful story. Mainly, all of these artists have ties to South Carolina. They all were born here, taught here, lived here, created here. So this is really a homage to South Carolina and the art of past and present.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, today we're going to learn some stuff. I'm joined by money coach Dana Wolf. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. You're going to talk to me about the major components of a healthy financial plan today.
Correct.
What are they? Where do
Good
we
question.
begin?
Good question, Katie. So there are 4 things that you really need to know about your financial health. I mean, we all go to the doctors once a year for a regular checkup, right? So we need to check our financial health as well. So we need to start off with the question, do we have a financial plan? Do we have a monthly plan like a budget? Do you have an estate plan like your wills and things like that? That's all part of your financial life. You're going to be dealing with money from the day you're born until the day you die. So having that estate plan, having a financial plan, do we need a debt reduction plan because we're in debt and we have goals that we want to meet? Do we have a tax reduction plan because we owe the IRS money or the South Carolina money, right? So that's the first section. The second section goes into what I want to call the funding, the things that we're going to fund in the future, all right? So we need to fund college education for our children. Maybe we need a wedding fund. Maybe we have some long-term goals like retiring at the age of 55, and so we want to fund our retirement. So that's another segment of your financial life. The third section would be more along the lines of legacy building.
Okay.
Are we teaching our children about finances? Because that's a huge one, okay? Are we teaching our children about our finances? Are we giving our financial wealth and building a community that we're leaving a legacy, where we're using our money for the good? So those are the first 3. And then the fourth thing is insurance. There are so many different types of insurance out there, and you really have to ask yourself, do I have the right insurance? Do I need insurance? Do I have homeowners or auto, renters? Do I have life insurance? Do I have health insurance, disability insurance, long-term care insurance? And there's so many out there that you really have to look at them each year and say, do I have the right coverage? Do I need more coverage? Things of that nature. So there's 4 different little pots, okay? So we've got our planning for the future pot, where we're funding things for the future. We have our now pot, and then we have our legacy pot, and then the insurances that we need to make sure that we're covered.
And you were saying this sort of thing, you should do a little checkup every
You
year.
do.
How do you do that?
It's the same way with going to your doctor, right? So at the first of the year, you might look back and say to yourself, where did my money go? Or you may do that on April 15th when you're doing your taxes, right?
Yep.
But pick a time of the year. When it comes to insurance, for example, if you know your registration is due in June and your insurance is due in June, you want to start looking 30, 60 days prior to that at your automobile insurance. Do you have the right coverage? Maybe we want to change our coverage because we have an emergency fund, and so we can change our deductible, get a lower premium if we're looking at it. Anytime there is a life change in your family, if you have a new child, if you get married, if you move, as you're turning 65, there are different things when it comes to health insurance that you have to be, paying attention to. So it has to be something that works for your schedule. Don't try to look at your finances the day before you go on vacation. But pick something, whether it's the first of the year so that you can take a look back and you can say, oh, this is where I was, this is where I want to be this year. Maybe it's over a long holiday weekend where you're just sitting around and you're like, okay, July is almost over. I got 6 months to the end of the year. Where am I? Am I meeting my goals? Do I need to change things? Do I need to change my plan? And when it comes to teaching our children, that's an everyday thing that has to happen all the time.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.